And you know that thing that's just scraping at the back of your brain and it won't go away until you actually complete it? That's what my closet has been, but I've just tapped out. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Beth, and today I am in my closet, as you can see. If you follow me on TikTok, then you would already kind of see the beginning of me getting my closet together, and I have started, but basically it's a Saturday, I'm at home, and I'm ready to get this closet done. On TikTok, I've talked about my closet in a series called Overcoming ADHD, which I am bringing over here to YouTube as well, where I'm going to be sharing my journey with overcoming ADHD as a faith girl, as a believer, as a Jesus lover, and as a mom, a wife, a homekeeper, an employee. Like, because ADHD affects every area of your life, I think it's important to talk about how to overcome it in every area of your life. And so that's what I'm going to be doing here. So today, my closet is like the junk drawer, the junk drawer of my home. And honestly, guys, like, I have worked so immensely hard to keep the rest of my house together, and I will share the tips and tricks and tools that I have used to make that a reality, because that did not used to be the case. But my closet has just been on the back burner. I've tapped out. I haven't really made it a huge priority, even though it's something that I want. The rest of my home has been the priority. So here I am. There's a lot going on. But not as bad as it has been in the past. So I've got my iPad. I'm watching Tony Sevdalis, and she's a Canadian YouTuber, and I love her. I've loved her for years, and so I'm just watching that. I have that going. I might throw on an audiobook. I love Audible, and so I have some free credits. Maybe I'll get a new audiobook. I'll listen to a podcast. Here we are in the closet. I've just started kind of like trying to organize. Guys, I had this basket sitting over here for weeks, and it was just full of things that I didn't know where to put, and I started dealing with it like 3 days ago, and now everything's kind of like sorted into little piles here, and now it's time to get them where they go. Let's work and talk. I'm matching up socks. So one of the misconceptions that I feel like happens with ADHD, number one, for other people just do not understand that the person's desire to do something or to have something a certain way, their level of desire does not equate with what they get. So I want a clean, organized, spotless home. I desire that deeply. But because that is not the outcome that I have right now, as far as, I mean, my home is peaceful and my home is not a disaster as it used to be, but I can imagine what it would be like. That's my desire more than anything, is to have a clean, organized, orderly home. At the same time, that is not the complete reality. Like, I'm sitting in a room that looks a mess. Like, it looks a hot mess. But I understand that getting there for me is not like it's not a cold turkey switch, right? And a lot of people, they'll say like, just do it. Wow. It's not Nike. I'm not Nike. Like, it's not giving just do it. It's giving, I need to work and develop the tools to get there. And it may take time, because the thing about it is, one of the things I used to do in the past all the time is just say like, okay, I'm changing everything. I'm just going to do it. And because that doesn't work for me, because I need to build tools and skills, I would feel so defeated every time that I fell off or it didn't work. It was like a cycle of perpetual failure. And so the only way that I can clean this space up, make it look spotless, and keep it that way is if I use the tools and skills. So let me tell you about them. Number one, everything has to have a place. Say it with me. Everything has to have a place. If everything in your home, like if you struggle with this, you can't clean up because you don't know where to put things. Cleaning up is easy when everything has a spot. Oh yeah, this goes there, that goes there, that goes there. It's not hard. It's literally not hard. It's not hard to maintain. But when you have a lot of random things and there's no actual system, there's no functionality to it, it's so difficult to make it work. So for example, I have a place where bras go. I know where to put a bra, but where do I put a nursing bra? Because I'm not keeping nursing bras in that cabinet. So now I have to make a decision. Am I going to make a space for maternity clothes, even though I haven't been pregnant in like 5 years? Or am I going to donate it? Like, you have to make choices and create spots for things, or say, this doesn't have a place in my home, so it can't be here. That has helped me out so much, you guys, because I would just stare at something like, I don't know what to do with that. But I had to start thinking more critically about, what do I need to do with this item? Either I'm going to create a space for it, or I'm going to let it go. Those are the options. Those are the options. Period. So right now I'm sorting up some stuff that was in this basket. It was like a lot of pairs of socks. It was like lingerie. It was swimsuits and tights. So now I'm just going through and deciding, like, what am I keeping? What am I not keeping? Did these socks have matches to them? Like, that's where we are right now. And I know I have a spot for tights to go, so I can easily take the tights and put them with the rest of the tights, which makes that part easy, you know? But what I like to do when I'm trying to get in the zone is I like to listen to something, watch something. Sometimes watching is not as beneficial for us because of how easily distracted we can get. So if we're watching something, I can just catch myself like, and I'm like, oh girl, you're supposed to be cleaning, you're watching. So sometimes I don't watch. Sometimes I just like to have something to listen to. Like, that is like the ideal option. But sometimes I do watch something, just depends. But right now I'm not watching any shows because sometimes they're good for me, keep me going, but sometimes, like I said, they can just be a huge distraction. I love TikTok, but I can't stop and scroll when I'm trying to clean. So, what you doing?
I want to wear phone.
You wanna? But she's talking to her friends. Do you wanna go talk to your friends with her? You don't wanna go talk to Zane?
She's not called Jane.
George. This drawer organizer is one of the things that I got from Amazon to help me in my closet, in my dresser. So I just, after I match up my socks, I just stick them in here. And this helps me keep everything nice and organized in my drawer. My socks didn't used to have a real place. They were just kind of thrown in the drawer. And so this really helps. I use it also for my underwear, and I have like different ones for my bras, different ones for my shapewear, all that stuff. And this helps keep my drawers look nice. I also have, like, as I'm doing my room, I either have like a basket or a spot for things that just don't belong in here. And the number one tip for cleaning an overwhelming space is to sort it. Like, just create piles and zones of like items, because once you zone it out, then you can take those like items and take them where they go. So things that belong to my kids or my husband, I like create a zone for that. And then when I'm ready, I take those things out of here and I put them where they go. And I do that in any space. That's how I teach my kids how to clean their room. Sort. Basically divide and conquer your space, you know? So those are the vibes. I'm just kind of going through these things. So the only thing about this lingerie bin that I did is that I don't have a spot to put it. So I really need to figure that out. And then I have some swimsuits, and I think that I'm just going to put the swimsuits in the same bin as the lingerie. And just do it like that, because I don't know what else I'm gonna do. That's just my decision. And then I'm gonna take my sock thing and put it back in the drawer. So the next area is basically the shoes. And I feel like I'm always straightening up the shoes, but I'm constantly like taking shoes on and off and kind of just letting them accumulate here. The worst time that this happens is when I'm going to get the kids to school, because really I'm taking the easiest, quickest, fastest pair of shoes I can find, and I'm kicking off my slippers or whatever else I had on my feet. So let's do it. One of the major pitfalls that we can have while overcoming ADHD is negative self-thought and negative self-talk. If we believe and speak that we will never be able to have a clean home, never be able to stay organized, never be able to manage time, then you literally never will. You have to remain encouraged and understand that this is a process, okay? It's okay to fail. Just get up and keep going. Focusing on the small wins will be the fuel that you need to keep you out of the feeling bad for yourself failure cycle. James 1 tells us to have joy during our trials and to persevere through them, and then we will be mature and complete, not lacking anything. So don't give up, persevere, push through. You can do this. Zara, take your doll. One more item out of here that doesn't belong in here. So as you guys saw, I just finished setting up my shoes on these little shelves that I have. These pair of Converse, I threw them in the washing machine and I washed the laces, so I have to put the laces back. And I'm not doing that right now, so yep, they're just gonna go there like that. But these are my most worn pairs of shoes. Guys, I was ready to get rid of these. I was literally ready to be like, I just need a new pair. But I washed the laces and I used this goof off on a microfiber towel to clean the soles, and they looked like new. I was amazed. And I used them to clean my daughter's Dunks. I was ready to throw those in the trash as well. It's also linked in my Amazon storefront because it is one of my hands down favorite products. When I did my Amazon storefront, I just went through all my orders and just picked all my favorite stuff that I love and put it in my storefront. So everything is going to be in the links. I love that about Amazon. Speaking of Amazon and online shopping, yes, George. Why, guys, every 5 minutes, one of my children are coming in here with a problem. What's going on? I'm going to give y'all a quick scan of the room. It's like slightly embarrassing, but like y'all will see where I film. So let's see. Over here, the door is over here. This is the door. This is the door where you walk in. I have some racks all the way along these walls. And then I have my shoes over here, which I just lined up. And then bringing it all the way around. This is like my sort of like dresser vanity situation. Not vanity, more like a dresser. This is where I film my videos usually. Like here. And this is the chair that I usually sit in when I film. But it's just piled with clothes right now, so we're getting ready to take care of that. This is still the lingerie bin, which I haven't successfully figured out a place to put yet, so we're still working on that. But as far as this corner goes, we're gonna start working on it. So this dress, it smells so good. One of my favorite scents, and I fell in love with it because I had a tiny sample. Okay, so my next tip is to always have a trash bag on hand so you can throw away any trash that you find. We don't want to gloss over the trash and just leave it there because nothing's going to look clean as you're cleaning it. So always have a trash bag or a trash can handy with you the whole time. So whatever's trash, you can just get rid of it immediately, which is what I'm doing. So we've made it around like a good portion of the room. But this is the side. This is not funny. It's really not. But this is the side of the room that holds the most amount of chaos. I can't even believe this. But we have to deal with it, and we have to deal with it now. We have to do it today. By the way, crisis averted with the kids. I think we're okay. I think we're fine. I think we've all calmed down. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Oh, the fragrance I was telling you guys about. Bond number 9, the original scent. This smells so good. Oh my gosh. Guys, I love this fragrance. I love this fragrance. I don't know if it's on Amazon, but if it is, I'll link it. I'm just saying, this smells so good. I I have been wanting it, and my husband bought it for me, and I will be forever grateful because I love it. There's another fragrance that I've been loving a lot too. Maybe I'll show it to you guys later if you care. But I've gotten a lot more into fragrances over the past year or so, and there's just some that I've just been obsessed with. So it is what it is. Maybe if I... These are like sweats and stuff, which is not exactly the same vein as like lingerie. But at this point, it's gotta go somewhere. And period. And we've got to keep moving around. I did find some more dust bags, so I'm gonna add these to the others. That's one thing that I really don't like, is like going back to a place that I just like closed it up. Something about that just makes me just ugh. But sometimes you just gotta do it. So I'm gonna go put this stuff there. I'm trying to think, like, should I be keeping bags like in these when I'm not using them? I guess if they're not on any sort of display, maybe I should. I don't know. I'm gonna figure that out later. But for now, I'm gonna put these over there. Oh, I know a better spot. I know a better spot for the dust bags. Okay, let's do it. But originally, I had stacked up like all these designer bags in the corner. Ignore this jacket hanging there. I'm not keeping that there. But they don't stay like this. Like, this many doesn't stay, so I need to like put some of them away. I don't know. For me, I just like seeing my future. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to become normalized with blessings, okay? But this doesn't stay like this. Like, it does fall over eventually. So let's do something different. This is going to be easier because I'm definitely going to be able to access this a lot easier. Just stick it in here. Is this bag big enough? And then okay. So it's not like as many stacked up, but the dust bags are like in the Chanel bag. So like if I need them, I can just grab them easily. This is not like the cutest decor moment. And I know I have a lot of like, I'm going to straighten these out. I'm not leaving that like that. Okay. In the back, because you can see it. Not that that's the only reason, but I'm not going to leave that stuff there. Okay. And obviously this chair doesn't go there. So like, just guys, you have to bear with me. Okay. It's a process. We're going to get there. I'm going to go ahead and fix this now because on camera, it literally looks so bad. And sometimes stuff doesn't look as bad in person as it does on camera. And that's another problem. But I got to fix this. Let me get some more light though. Jeez. The type of shoes that I typically keep down here is stuff that like I don't wear often. Like formal wear shoes. Like these are formal wear that I wore to the Mount Gala last year, which is a formal event at our church. Shoes that like, stuff that I just don't wear as much. These I wore to a wedding. They used to be gold, and then the shoes for the wedding need to be silver, so I spray painted them. Very, very Beth. Very Beth. There's nothing more Beth than spray painting a pair of shoes. But I'm just going to kind of straighten them up. I'm not really doing a purge right now. Like, that's not really, like, the purpose of what this is. So, let's just straighten it up. I've got ice skates back here. Fun fact, I used to ice skate. I wasn't as good as I thought I was, but it's fine. I still can ice skate, and I still have my ice skates, and I can still fit them. Soccer cleats. I also played soccer in high school, but these ones I bought as an adult so I could play with my friends. And honestly, we haven't played in so long since before COVID, and we really need to get back to that. It was so fun. Literally don't wear these. I have the platform version, and I love those so much more that wearing these just sounds like something I'll never do, but I keep them for a rainy day because you just never know when you just need a pair of shoes that you don't want. I think that we deserve a little poppy break before we continue. Oh. I love Poppy so much. If y'all haven't had Poppy, you should try it. I mean, I thought that anyone would like these, but I did meet somebody who didn't care for it too much. But to me and my husband are obsessed. We get the big case from Costco, and it's just so good. This is the ginger lime. If you like ginger, I really think that you'll like this. I'm like debating, should I even show you guys what the side of the room looks like? You guys might be appalled. That's the thing. So this is the other side of my room. So from where I'm sitting by the dresser, which still has a couple things on it that I need to get. But all that stuff to me is like finishing touches. We need to do this side of the room. From here, you're like, okay, it's not that bad. There's some stuff on your vanity, but there's a lot going on down here. And just let me explain it, okay? Just let me explain it. What you're seeing is a result of my previous attempts at cleaning. A lot of times, like the things I sort, I put most of it away. But there's always a certain category of things that just, I don't have a place, right? Like I talked about earlier. And they just end up like kind of in a bin or a basket. And then I kind of just put them together. And so that's some of what we have here. I have like this bin of bags. I have a cart with nail supplies. And then I have my vanity. So this area has just accumulated a lot of like extraness over time. And so that's what we're here to deal with today. I gotta give myself a pep talk. Girl, you got this. You can do this. Let's start easy. I have like a little pile of hats. So I'm gonna get them.
I really want to go to New York.
You do? We gotta get Daddy to take us, huh? I gotta finish cleaning up, okay?
Okay.
I love you.
Can I help you?
Sure. Why not? See that black bag right there? I need you to get that. I need you to be careful, though. Oh. I have this tote container, and I have like a lot of miscellaneous hair tools, and I think I'm just gonna put all the extra hair stuff like in here. These flexi rods,
Mommy,
I'm gonna put them in here.
Is this your old,
Heated
is
rollers.
your old iPad case?
Yeah, it's my old iPad.
What?
There's like a bunch of samples of hair products, a pen, a sheet mask. So these, usually they're not this crumpled up. This one was definitely balled up. But I use these bags to pack my kids' outfits for trips. So we went on like a super long trip. Like it was basically like 12 days, I think, with the kids. And so all their outfits, their top, bottom,
Exactly. It was Nana and Papa's house.
Yeah, so it was 2 trips that we did. Not in Papa's house. They went to Ohio for 10 days. And then we went on another trip to Kentucky and Louisiana. But what I did is I just packed everything they needed in I got a huge pack of them. Socks, underwear, top, bottom.
Underwear.
Everything that you need per outfit, I put them in here so that my parents didn't have to worry about what they were going to wear, so that I don't have to worry about what they're going to wear. It was so easy. So that's a random packing tip if you're ever packing for anything. But right now, I'm just... Okay, thank you. I'm going to use this for skincare stuff that I find in here. So I'm just taking bag by bag. Here's another bag of, like, hair stuff. And I know there's a lot of hair stuff in here, which is why I have this giant container to kind of, like, figure it all out.
Oh, Mommy, here's your old bag.
It's not old. You can put it in the bag bin in the corner.
Oh,
Oh, and George, you see that circle thing? That big circle thing? Can you put it over there where you put the black bag? Thank you. When you hit a wall, which you likely will, remind yourself that you were expecting this and talk yourself around the wall. I can't even tell you how many times I've come to the wall and just stopped. But when I look for a way around it, I can always keep going. This looks something like speaking out loud what I can do next. You just need one step at a time to keep progressing. Okay, I see socks. I know where socks go. Let's do that. Or maybe sorting. Let's grab all the clothes and put them in this basket, and I'll get all the trash and put it in the trash. Guide yourself around the wall and train your brain to adapt to these kinds of challenges, and you'll be surprised what you can accomplish. I thought I was recording this corner, me doing straightening up. Of course, this is not like the best it could look. I really want to get some type of shelving or something for my bags, but right now they just live in this record bin. It kind of just is what it is. There's not really much else that I can do with them at this point, so yeah. Now, the last kind of portion that I need to do is the desk, which has kind of accumulated just things sitting on top of it. It's really not that bad, so we can do this. Don't be afraid to throw away junk. Okay, if it's trash, throw it away. So many times we find ourselves keeping things because we feel like, oh, I might need this, or I could probably make something else out of this. I could be creative with it. Yeah, we're creative. We could do a lot of things, but that doesn't mean that we should. I shouldn't keep something for 5 years just because I might need it in 5 years. That's a poverty mentality. Prosperity mentality says, I probably won't need this for another 5 years. I can buy another one then. And so I want you to think about, is something better suited sitting in your house for 5 years, or is it better suited donating it to someone else who needs it? Or if it's broken or torn up, do we even need to talk about it? If something is broken and not functioning properly, throw it away. And if it has sentimental value, create a space for your sentimental items and leave it there. But don't keep it with all of your useful things because you're just holding on to junk. Throw that stuff out.
Sunrise, perfect on your face, talking all night, memorizing ways you feel right, fit into place so dreamlike. Didn't have to think about it now. Had to take a page and write you down. This feeling is swift like a river running to you. You make me go.
Okay, guys, this is kind of how everything is looking. My kids took this out. I just feel like when you have kids around, they're constantly like undoing what you're doing. This is the bin full of hair stuff. I told you guys that I had so much hair stuff like in this closet. This bin is full of hair related items, full of it. So I'm gonna put this somewhere. I don't really know where yet, but when I finally clean up my hair closet and like purge it and everything, that's when I will deal with this. And if there's something in here that I need, I'm just going to try to remember it and get it. The only thing that I didn't put in here that I found was my Show Products kids oil. Because I was looking for that. I was like, I need that. But everything else, it'll be fine.
Sunday morning, soft light, coffee going quiet side, and everything is
Alright guys, well that's pretty much it for this closet situation. Honestly, I hope that some of the tips that I gave in this video help you guys if you're struggling with getting one of your spaces together. For me, like I said, my biggest tip is to divide and conquer, sort, make piles, make zones, and then get those things to where they need to go. It just makes the whole process less overwhelming when you know, okay, I'm in the sorting phase, okay, I'm in the putting away phase, and it just makes everything so much smoother. It does take time, and I often will hit a wall where I'm just like, I literally can't do this anymore. And the number one tip I have for that is to just push through. Start talking out loud to yourself. Like, okay, these are socks. Socks go here. Like, start talking out loud to yourself to kind of get yourself back into a flow. That's kind of what helps me. But again, I made the initial video of me starting this closet like 3 weeks ago, a month ago. Like, sometimes it just takes time, but if you say, okay, today's the day I'm doing it, I encourage you to just go for it. And don't be discouraged if you don't get it done. Just keep going for it. And yeah, guys, this is my life. This is what's going on. I'm actually about to go make the kids dinner and then try to edit this video and get it up for you guys because it's been a while. So that's a whole nother thing. But I'm really trying to work on being more intentional. And I feel like these kind of like mini vlogs can kind of like help with the overall like versus having like this big massive like amount of footage to edit like I have for Grease that I'm still working on editing. But this is like short and sweet. Hopefully I'm a talker, so hopefully it's not too long. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I feel so much better. I feel refreshed. I feel like I can come in here and get dressed. Like, it's by no means aesthetic or perfect. Let's be clear about that. Like, there's so much that I want to do in this closet to make it a more beautiful space, a more aesthetic space, more functional space. But right now, it's cleaned up. And that's a lot. Okay, that's an accomplishment right there. So I'm already happy within that. I actually have some laundry that I need to put away, but I feel like that process would just be so much easier. But there are still some things that the system is not really in place, so it makes maintenance difficult. So I really need to work on those things. But overall, I think we're good. So I love y'all. I hope that you guys like the series. As I overcome ADHD, I hope that it can help some of you. And even if you don't have ADHD, it can still be helpful or entertaining at least, hopefully. So I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
There's a breeze coming in the window, and you're leaning over me, warm shadow. How do we always lose track of time?